I'm like, bro. But that's what got me into watching football
Cannibalism.
properly.
That's
Was
what got
that
Luke into the World
yeah,
Cup.
cannibalism.
Cannibalism.
Yeah, exactly. But that World Cup is so. If you ever wanted to try it, definitely put on the World Cup. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Dual Hemisphere Hangout. My name is Luke, and join with me each and every week. I do have my lovely co-host Jake. Jake, my man, say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Welcome to the darkness. We've officially swapped sides. Luke is in Australia and I'm in the US.
It's true.
No. No, we have, because we did the early morning stream for me and the mid-afternoon stream for you, 3 o'clock kickoff
Yeah,
for
it was like,
the
yeah.
for the football, the old World Cup. We're just doing a later recording on a Sunday, which is throwing all of us off because I think it's all caught up to us a bit. But before we get into our weeks, I don't think Luke has noticed yet. Look what's on my ears.
Oh shit! You got a new headphones.
No,
Let's
no, no. I brought them
go.
back from the dead.
What?
I don't know
They
how I
just
did
needed.
it.
They just needed a. They needed a month off.
They did. They did. They've just sat there on my little beanbag behind me, chilling. I think I don't know what happened. They may have got into a bit of like electronics do. There isn't like firmware updates that these do, but I think
Mhm.
it just got into a bit of a mismangle between connected to my PC and my phone and my MacBook or whatever. Um, One of the troubleshooting steps did say, "Oh, just let them die, like let them like fully die, and then recharge them to full." And they'd been there for, like Luke said, like well, not a month, a couple of weeks or so. And then I've booted it
Yeah.
back up, and they connected to my phone. I was like, oh, whoa, hold up. And then I put them into so I don't know how long they'll last, but the 2021 AirPod Maxes are back.
Yeah.
And I'm
Let's
so
go.
happy. Like like if there's been anything that's been good this week, because this week's been a bit meh, this has come out of it. This has saved me like $600 to $1,000 because I would have probably gone and got the AirPod Max 2s because at that point I'm like, why am I buying an older model when I could just go get the main one?
Yeah.
But I'm so happy. I mean, you could probably go over your week first, Luke. I think
Mhm.
I did my week last time. I can't remember anymore.
Probably. Maybe.
We're
Maybe.
we're
I don't
both
know.
struggling.
Yeah. So yeah, my week. Um. Let's see. My week is like a tale of 5 days and then one day. 5 days were absolutely rough, and one day was pretty good. Yeah, work was just hectic this week. It was our first week of summer camp, so that's just always that means more kids are coming in for the first time that haven't been here all year, so we have to get them situated. Lots of extra questions and stuff like that. Um, my partner, my executive, was out of town for the week, so it was pretty much me. As we all know, that we're still shopping around for a cook, so I was also in the kitchen. Um, so it was very, very hectic, very stressful. I think every day this week I was there from about 6:30 to 6 o'clock, running the building. So about 11-hour shifts last week, those 4 days. Um, and there was just a lot going on, at one time. So there was one time specifically on Wednesday from like for a good 45-minute period, like I I had so much going on. I literally I went to go sit down to go print something off for someone, and then a random family showed up wanting to enroll, and then right before that, CPS showed up. Child Protective Services showed up looking for an old student of ours, trying to figure out where he was. And then on top of that, I had a what else? What else was crazy? Oh, and then I had another family come in, and I'm like, and then in the back, I had freaking ground beef cooking on the pan. So I'm making fucking nachos for the kids, and I'm just like, I had like four things going on at once, and and I had to like prioritize everything. So I'm like trying to get things done quick quickly, but I'm not trying not to make it come across as like if I'm being short or rude. But I'm like, all right, well, if you want to enroll in money, you need this, and this. And like, okay, da, 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 da. It's like, no, you need to have these four things, and then you need to come back tomorrow for a meet and greet so you can sign your paperwork, you can meet your teachers, and then you can enroll on Monday. And that worked out just fine. CPS, I was like, he doesn't go here. I have no idea where he's at. He left 2 months ago. They're like, why did he leave? I was like, to my knowledge, they left because it was too expensive. And then the other family was like, oh, I need help with this, this, and this. It was the same situation. They wanted to start on Monday. They called me on a Wednesday. This usually takes about a week to 2 week period to get things rolling. But I'm like, hey, if you want, if like, and they're like, well, I really need the care on Monday. I was like, hey, well, if you can get me this, and this, and then come back tomorrow and do this, then you can start on Monday. And to those two families, a thing, they had all their stuff and they were came back on Thursday and did what they needed to do. So they are starting Monday, but having to handle with those three things in a 45-minute period, and then to run, literally sprint back to the kitchen, throw the burnt ground beef out because it was burnt because it's sitting for 45 minutes on like I had it at like 4, because I had like on low. I wasn't expecting to be gone for 45 minutes, but I can't be like, sorry, I gotta run back to the kitchen.
I mean, you
Threw
could.
that out. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I could have, but I wasn't thinking about that. I'm like, oh, it's fine. It shouldn't be more than 10 minutes. Like it's fine. Yeah, that turned into a 45-minute affair. And then I ran back and then made lunch in like 45 minutes for like 95 kids. So that was stressful to say the least.
Jeez Louise, man.
So that was my Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday were fine. We were just short staffed. Actually, Thursday was actually pretty chill, all things considered. It's just, we're so when we have a call out, we maybe have enough staff to maybe cover for one call out. When we've got 2 call outs to 3 call outs, then we're kind of screwed over. Like we're going to be able to maintain our state ratios and stuff like that. But what that does is it just throws off breaks and makes it so that certain classes have to combine for nap time so the teachers can break each other. That means I have to do like cover 4 breaks. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. So again, it just takes that like maybe hour that I would usually give myself to just kind of take a deep breath, chill, relax, get something to munch on or something. That goes away, which leads to that 11-hour shift, pretty much. Um, so that was not fun. I mean, all things considered, but it's gonna get better next week. I'm going up to New York for my niece's graduation. The first of the nieces and nephews are graduating. So she's going to George Washington University up in DC. I think we talked about that a little bit about how expensive it is. But
Yeah.
she's going up there. Yeah, she's going up there. So I'm going up to New York. I'm leaving on Wednesday. I might drive through the night Wednesday night. I might just come home, get like 5 hours of sleep, and hit the road at midnight. But I'll see how I feel. Um, gonna go up there. I'll be up there till Sunday. But yeah, that means I only have 3 days of work this week, so that's nice. It might be 2 days of work because I might call out on Wednesday. Um, we'll see.
It you can
Um,
probably hear it in both of our voices. We are
yeah,
struggling. Like,
yeah,
Luke is under the weather.
yeah, we're all not feeling great. And then yeah, so Friday was great. It was a day off. Me and Jake had to sit down and we'll talk about the World Cup in detail a little bit later. But me and Jake sat down and watched the U.S. Australia match, which was really fun. First time watching a sporting event with Jake. And while it was 3 a.m. for Jake, Jake was up and at him for the most part. I think we need to do a proper one where we're like both fully awake. And watch a match or something like that. I think that'd be just more fun. But it was still a good time. And then I've been besides that, I've been watching a lot of Ted Lasso this week. I don't know why I've been hooked on that. I saw a clip on TikTok about him benching his star player, and I was like, "Ooh, this looks interesting." Because I didn't realize it was like a drama. I thought maybe it was just more like a football like commentary, or just like a football like drama series. But it's more like comedic and short. It's kind of fun. It gives me the vibes of like your traditional like I don't know, like a Big Bang Theory, but soccer. Like it's funny, it has its moments.
It's a sitcom.
But I really
Yeah,
like
it's
it. Yeah, it's a sick. There you go. That's the right word. Thank you. Yeah, it's a sitcom. But it's great. I've enjoyed it. I'm on season 2 and I've really, really enjoyed the dynamics and all that. And because I've been just in World Cup fever and Ted Lasso, I picked up FC 26 again. It's free on PlayStation, and I've just been playing the manager career mode. I'm currently the manager of good old Oxford United. We're sitting at the league table at 8-2-2 on the league on the year. We're probably going to get promoted, all things considered. We found a stellar Italian midfielder out in Italy. He's 15 years old. He's got a great potential. He's got a potential to go 81 to 95. So as long as we
Ooh.
train him right, we got our next Pirlo. We're doing some good things over at Oxford. So you guys definitely be on the lookout for us next year when we get to the Prem. Um, but yeah, that's been my week. Oh, Saturday. Yeah, I forgot. I should have ended Oxford at the end. I got to talk about not fun stuff. Yeah, yesterday I did yard work. And so yard
Oh
work,
yeah.
it's a lot, but this yard work was ridiculous. So what I did is my aunt wanted to level out her grass back near her pond. So we got a freaking, I don't know if it's not a tiller, but we got a thing that cuts up the grass. So we cut up all the grass, rolled it out, stacked it. Then we took bags of leaves that we collected, flattened it out, took about maybe 40 pounds of dirt, covered it back up, and then laid the grass back out. It was just a lot of physical labor. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever picked up about a roll of grass, but those things are about maybe about 40, 35, 40 pounds of pounds of pop for a decent roll. And then we would get like 4 rolls per row, and we did about 8 rolls. So lots of picking up. It wasn't just myself, me and my other cousins were there. Me and my other cousins were there to help out. Me and my other 2 cousins. So we got it done in about 5 hours. But yeah, man, when I got home, like I'm sunburnt on my shoulders. My lower back just hurts, and I woke up with a sore throat. So, but like I
Do
said,
you have hay fever?
well, I don't know. I don't know what that is, but probably.
I think you just call them like in America, it's just general allergies, like
Yeah,
seasonal
maybe.
allergies. Do you get those like when the spring comes
No, not
along?
really. Not really.
No, yeah, I don't know
Like
then.
I'll be
Maybe
a
you just
little bit.
ate too much
I go be.
grass.
Oh, yeah. I might think it might be it. I think I just might just have eaten. Well, I was covered in dirt pretty
Yeah.
much, so And I had to take a real. I think I took the longest shower I've taken in about 20 years. Like I was scrubbing in places I didn't think I
I
needed to scrub.
So when I did the grass in our back garden, we didn't have a tiller. Like we should have had one, which is why it's now completely unlevel. But it was unlevel to begin with. I mean,
Yeah,
I speak about this weekly on the podcast. Is my grass endeavors. We've now oversown the edges, and the edges are coming in now, and I can see the little baby grass. I'm so close. We've just got one patch to go, but I did all of that
let's go.
with a rake. I raked all the old grass out. My shoulders, I had
Mm,
blisters on my
yep.
up the L's of my palms, um,
Hmm.
and I had gardening gloves on, so I know exactly how you feel. Plus, all of the dust and dirt that gets into all the crevices. Yeah, it just does not come off, even with soap. Like it does not come off.
Dude, I was scrubbing for a. Like, I don't think I've ever like washed my arms so vigorously in the shower than I did than I did yesterday.
It burns, and then you come out red,
I,
and you're like,
like,
I've definitely got
hmm
allergies. But no, I'm glad you got it done.
yeah,
I feel like we went the we went the hard route and actually seeded. But it was cheaper. It was like 30 Australian dollars for a box of
okay,
seed. Um,
yeah,
in compared to the rolls of grass, which were about I want to say like $10 a roll, but they were small
yeah,
rolls, so we'd have needed about
yeah,
maybe 10 to 15 of them. Which would have
yeah.
made the
We
grass look
didn't.
amazing right now, but
Yeah,
it'll come in. It'll come in. I'm
yeah.
happy. I'm happy with what we've got so far. We're gonna have to go back and oversow again. So it's gonna. We're all gonna.
Yeah,
All in all, we're gonna be about $70 in for it. $10 for the rake and $30 for
it's
the
not bad.
seeds.
Not bad. I would say my aunt. I mean, she paid about. $200 for the extra dirt. So basically, what we did, we needed to level it out. So the way it would work, on the back of her area, there's a lake back there, or a big pond, if you will. So the grass level slowly goes down. So she
Yep.
wanted to build that back up so it would prevent like the flooding and stuff like that. So that's why we didn't have to buy any grass like our rolls of grass. We'd literally cut the old grass, rolled the old
Oh, great,
grass.
yeah.
Yeah, and so that was that. Thankfully, that was it. But yeah, basically, she just paid for the machine to do that, and then just the dirt for itself, and then we laid everything out. Anytime you do it yourself, you make mistakes. So there's going to be definitely some areas that we're going to need get some grass plugs and stuff like that. Um, but overall, I mean, all things considered, we got there at 11. We wrapped up about 4:30, 5 o'clock. It was a long day, but we got it. We got through it. But yeah, it was besides, the fact that I was physically exhausted afterwards. My back was killing me. It was still good. It was nice to be able to help my aunt out, and it's something I've never done before, and it's something that if one day I ever become a homeowner and I just want to rake up the grass, I could do it myself. But hopefully, I'll be rich enough to just hire someone to do it for me.
Yeah, shout out to the gardeners, man. One of the
Yeah,
hardest jobs on the planet. Literally
yeah.
one of the
Those
hardest jobs on the planet.
those guys are legit. Those guys are legit.
Oh, but yeah, my week is similarly. I feel like we've had a semi-similar week, Luke, in terms of
Mhm.
I'm trying to work through it. So Monday, did I have Monday off? What date are we on? Did I have Monday off?
You're on the 21st, I think. It's 21st here.
I had Monday
It's still
off.
the
So
21st for
like,
y'all.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I was still chilling off Rachel's birthday weekend. So I've only had a 4-day week. Tuesday, I came into work and it was a bit manic. You never know what you're really going to get into because the work gets dished out on Monday. I imagine you have a similar thing, Luke, where you have like a
Yep.
Monday morning meeting, so to speak, of like, right, this
Mhm.
is the week's work. This is how we're going to
Mhm.
allocate it. You get this job, you get that job.
Yeah.
You're the float person. If you just pick up the bits and pieces, and if anyone needs you, just help them. Um, so I missed that. So you come in on Tuesday, and it's a bit odd. Like you don't know where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do. So you sat there at the PC, and then obviously all the work comes in, and then the big boss comes in and goes, right, I need you in the clean room now. I was like, do I have to do it now? He was like, yeah. So I had to supervise this worker going in.
Mm.
So that's me getting gowned up within 5 seconds of walking in the door. I was like, right, sound. This is how this week is going to go. Wednesday we had a quality meeting which is basically all of the production staff just get shit on because we have to openly discuss all of our mistakes and everything that's gone wrong and
Mhm.
how we're going to fix it. And it's like, and unfortunately, they don't take the answer of, uh, I'd love more staff. Can we get more staff? And they're like, no,
Yeah,
no,
I
you
know, right?
can't.
No, you cannot.
uh, and then Thursday hits, and it's just a bit more work. And then Friday. So I think I said in the previous podcast how like one of my colleagues is on long service leave, another one is
Yeah.
taking his long service leave as like every Monday off or every Friday off or
Mhm.
whatever. Um, and then another one's been off sick. Now the one that's been off sick has been off for a month, and she's due back in on Monday. And I knew this was coming. I knew it was coming. And I get the boss. The boss comes into the office and goes, right. Said colleague is now off for 3 months. So now we're still down to two for the rest of this month, and then
Mm.
we'll be 3 out of 4 for the next 2 months after that. So we're not basically we haven't been fully staffed all this year, and
Yeah.
the work continues. Like we're not getting protected from the higher ups in terms of like usually you can accommodate your workload a little bit in our fields.
Mhm.
Like you can just say like, no, we can't. If we don't have the staff, we can't make your products. Like that's just the
Yeah.
bottom end of it. But we're not getting that protection from the top at the moment. Plus, more and more specialist work is coming in, and no one seems to care. So, that
Yeah.
Friday was weird because then on the evening we all went out for a post. work drink to celebrate the
Mhm.
new. We've got a new production license for manufacturing car teas and tills, which means even more specialist work is coming on, and we're not recruiting any staff. So I
Oh
was
my gosh,
drinking
you
to
gotta
the
love that.
downfall of my future. Um,
Gotta love that.
then I get home at about 8, 9 o'clock. I eat food with Rach, and then I message Luke and go, right, I'm off to bed. I'll see you at
Yep.
2:30 in the morning. And then we can lead into the absolute disgrace of a performance that Australia put on.
Oh man. I mean, I think first off, hats off to Jake because the way Jake set this goddamn stream up, for us, there were so many little hoops that Jake had to jump through, and he did his best, and he got it down pretty well. Um, I'll let Jake take over and explain how he did it. But it was a fun stream. The match itself was, as the US pretty much dominated the entire match. There's no I'm not trying to like toot my own horn because I'm, cheering for the US, but it wasn't a very entertaining soccer match. Probably the most entertaining part of the soccer match was just how many times the Australians went down because we fucked them up.
It did
like
turn into a bit of a
we
bloodbath at some points.
yeah, we did start fucking them up a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of hard contested contests, I would say. I don't even know what that would be. The hard defense, I guess, at the
Hard
end of the day.
challenges. That's what we
There
call
you
it.
go. Thank you. I'm learning the football terms, guys. I watch it. I just don't know all the terminology for it. But yes. There's a lot of those, and it was fun to watch. I learned I learned something during that match. I learned that the Australia national team was called, its nickname is called the Aussie Roos. And
The
when I heard that,
Socceroos. The
sorry,
Socceroos. Get
The
it right.
Socceroos, the Socceroos.
If you're gonna
Excuse me,
slander it, get it right.
the Socceroos. And man, when I heard that, my face, I watched back that part, and my face went, what? And like
Yep.
I was just so confused by it. And then I won't repeat what I said. If you want to hear what I said, you need to watch this. You're gonna have to watch the stream. But I said something so ridiculous, and it absolutely broke Jake.
I honestly can't remember. I can't remember what he said, so I'm gonna have to go back and watch it because
Oh, there you go.
it
Oh, well, if
was
you
3
forgot,
3 a.m. for me.
then I'll then I'll say it. I literally said like I was just so like disappointed. I was like, this is the reason why y'all lost a war to a bunch of
Oh yeah,
emus.
yeah.
And it absolutely broke you. And the thing is, like, when I say things sometimes, I don't like think it's gonna be funny. Like I said in the most natural, normal, like Luke speaking voice ever. Like I was even trying to be funny. I was just upset. and just and I just saw Jay's like, oh god, I did not expect that to land as hard as it did.
I don't know. It just got me good. There's sometimes I think we talked about it in a previous podcast that I wish I had it clipped, where Luke just said something. Oh, it was the playing the drums in
The
the
drums.
underwear, and
Yeah.
it tickled me, man. It got me good. But yeah, as Luke said, the setting up the stream was harder than either of us expected, and I think that also to comment on the game before we go into like the technicalities of how to do a watch along. Um, Yeah, since when because the US got that early goal, and Australia had one plan, and that was sit back and defend and absorb the pressure, and then try and hit them on the counter attack. That all fall apart. That all falls apart when you go 1-0 down, because literally now the US don't need to press and attack. They can just control possession, which they did in the middle of the park, and just pick their opportunities as and when. It got a bit tasty in the 75th minute onwards,
Mhm.
but at this point the US were 2-0 up. So even if Australia got one, like I still think the US would have pulled through either way. That being
Mhm.
said, the the US midfield played amazingly well for what you've got to give credit where credit's due. Australia tried running their heart out, but they just did not have the the
Yeah, they were
capacity
just slow.
for it.
They were just not. They were gassed by that point in the match, and we were just faster. Every time they made a breakaway, we were right on their tail to intercept the ball from them. It just is what
It
it
was a
is.
good game, but it wasn't a really good
Yeah.
game to watch along. That's the
Yes.
issue. Like the one that I saw last night, if we'd have watched along with that one, like if it was anything, well, to be honest, one of us would have been really upset because what was it? I think I was watching the Netherlands Sweden game and it was 5-1.
Yeah.
Like
Whew.
maybe maybe one of us would have been a bit upset if someone was getting pasted 5-1, but it would
Yeah.
have been a bit more of a fun watch along than a 2
Yeah.
nil boring game. It wasn't well, it was
Yeah.
kind of a boring game. Um,
I mean, the Germany and Ivory Coast match
Coast.
was
Oh,
like, yeah, dude, that was a nail biter. It ended 2-1. And Germany scored the win in the 92nd minute, like in extra time, and I was like, I mean, it was coming. Like you could tell, like by like the 80th minute, Germany were like, "All right, this is ridiculous. We need to win this game," and they put the pressure on there. But hats off to Ivory Coast, man. Like again, you to to go into a match and just play their hearts out against a team that utterly dominated the last team. The only reason, like it was unfortunate because even if they tied, they still would have been in second place because Germany just had a 7-goal lead on them because
yeah.
that's just how the goal difference works. So they really needed that win. But man, I would have been so happy for Ivory Coast because it's always nice to see the little guy pick up the win against like a big time thing because Germany is, I don't know if they're a favorite, but they're like one of the top 5 teams that people are thinking could win it. And
They're
so
always up
that was
there.
a really good match. Yeah.
Uh,
So I mean,
and
I
there was
mean, this
also
World Cup has been great. It's been
did you
great.
see
I mean, if
the
you guys
the
watch it,
controversy?
that's all I gotta
So
say.
did you watch the game afterwards? Your group, Panama, um, who did
Enter
they play?
is it Turkey, Ecuador,
Turkey.
or
Turkey.
Turkey,
Turkey.
Uruguay? I didn't watch that
Turkey.
one.
Because that's the other two in the Australia
Mhm.
US group. Panama won 1-0. So they scored within 36 seconds and then went on the defensive the whole game. But there's controversy because for the first time ever, someone's been sent off for covering their mouth when speaking.
Oh, I
Yeah.
I did not know that was specifically for that. I just know that I remember someone talking about like doing this. I'm like, my mind said didn't think it was a big deal because I'm like,
Like
what does that
it
mean?
completely
I didn't
makes
get the video. I didn't
yeah,
get
it
the video,
completely makes
but go
sense of
ahead.
why they brought it in because like
Okay.
it's to curb out racism. So a lot of the
Mhm.
like there has been racism incidents in the not in the World
Yeah,
Cup, but in
of course.
domestic play, especially against like if you look
Yeah.
at Real Madrid with Vinicius Junior, he gets a lot of
Mhm.
stuff from the Spanish crowds. But a lot of them are
Yeah.
covering their mouth so the TV can't see it, and then they're saying it, and then obviously the referee can't see
Mhm.
it. So they're allowed to cover their mouths after the game, I think. You know, if they're like in a friendly way. So if you've got an arm around someone's shoulder and you're covering the face, because they're probably saying like, "Oh, are you coming out for a drink later?" Or "I'll meet you at
Yeah.
this bar later," because they're actually friends, but they're not allowed to seem to be friends because they're on different
Yeah, when
teams.
they're playing soccer. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um. So that, but then there was even more controversy. So I've heard that there's a small chance that they will have to play this game again because one
Ooh.
of the Panama players stole the referee's watch. So his watch has fallen off, and this Panama player's picked it up and just pocketed it, like put it in his
Oh my
shorts. And apparently there's some like FIFA rule of like that now like voids the game. And I've never
What?
seen this before, ever. I was like, that is one way of time wasting by just getting rid of
Yeah.
time. Like just getting
No,
rid
for
of the
sure.
time in
Like
general.
that's ridiculous. I'm looking.
You
So it's
looking it
not
up?
it's not is it it's not Panama, it's Paraguay. I just wanted to I didn't want you
Is
to
it?
get
Oh
confused.
God,
It's
my
Paraguay.
bad.
Yeah, you're saying Panama, and I'm like, it's like, wait,
Oh,
wait,
Panama in
wait,
our
what?
group? Are they in the England group?
I think so. Hold on. I had it. I just had it pulled up. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, like we're gonna. Oh, it is Paraguay. It's
But
Paraguay. Yes,
yeah, you
not
guys,
Panama.
Panama's in your group. Yes.
That's what I'm thinking of because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
who I've been looking at the
You kept
England
saying
group more than
Panama,
the
and I'm
US.
like, I don't think it's Panama, but I don't know if
It
it's
began
not
with a P.
either. I know it's it's a South American country. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not very good at GeoGuessr, guys. All right. Damn it.
But yeah, I mean, to kind of wrap up the World Cup talk, if you guys are not into soccer, you're not into football, honestly, guys, this is the time to at least try, right? Pop up. The World Cup is like the best sporting event in the world. It's
In the world,
probably the most, yeah, most it's the most exciting that soccer and football get, like, period. It happens every 4 years. So if you really wanna give it a fair shot, like, instead of turning on your basic Prem game or your MLS league or whatever, put on a World Cup game. Maybe wait to the round of 16 to do it just because it's eliminated. You're gonna get pins if it's tie and stuff like that. But it's great. It's great. It's what got me into soccer was the 2012 World Cup. That got me
Brazil
into
was that?
soccer. Brazil, yeah, that was the one the US had that really great performance where Tim Howard had 16 saves on goal, the most saves in World Cup history.
Bro.
That really got me in, yeah, that really got me into it. And then, like, that was the one where I got really upset because while I'm not an Italy fan, my best friend, one of my best friends is an Italy fan, and that was the game where they lost to, I want to say, Argentina, and can't remember his name, but he bit the biter. He Suarez. He bit one of the
Suarez,
Italians in
yeah.
the back, and they didn't call it. I'm like, bro, he like his guy is showing him where he bit and tore his jersey, and the ref's like, I'm like, bro. But that's what got me into watching football
Cannibalism.
properly
That's
was
what got
that,
Luke into the World
yeah,
Cup.
cannibalism.
Cannibalism.
Yeah, exactly. But that World Cup is, so if you ever wanted to try it, definitely put on the World Cup because it's gonna be a good cup this year. I can feel it in my bones.
Yeah, and it's like Luke said, you've missed if you've missed anything now, you've only missed like the first two games of some groups. Now it's getting serious.
Yeah,
Now the games matter. The
yeah,
first game is more about getting the nerves out of the way. If you lose, you lose. Doesn't matter. Um, you've
mhm,
still got two attempts at getting two more wins, or a win and a draw, and you'll usually get through. And then once we go to the 32s and the 16s, eights, or well semis, and then final,
yeah.
final something else, man. Especially if your team's in it. I've had to deal
Oh
with
yeah.
England for a lot of time, the past few times, and we've lost every single one of them. It's been rough.
Mhm.
It's been
Yep.
it's been rough. But yeah, and then just to comment on the streaming bit, hats off to anyone that does watch-alongs, man. I imagine you've all got
Yeah.
custom graphics because Jesus Christ, trying to just put a delay on something so we can watch in time is
Mhm.
like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Honestly,
Yeah.
like, it, like season one draft, live draft was not as hard as trying to set up that stream. Luckily,
Yeah.
me and Luke found a way where we could both sync up on the same stream, watch the same play. That was more my main worry is that me and Luke were in time and watching the game together.
Yeah.
The on-screen graphics didn't really bother me that much, but yeah, I had to set up a stream on my MacBook, on my Mac Mini, to then stream up to YouTube onto my channel privately. I then watched that stream on my PC and streamed that to the dual Hemisphere Hangout, and also streamed the game to Luke. It
Yeah.
was my internet was a godsend that day. Hats
Yeah.
off to my ISP. I don't know how it did it, but it did. But yeah, that's better. And then I streamed I streamed today actually, and then
Mhm.
to wrap up my week, and then halfway 2 hours in, I got the biggest migraine of all time, and it's still
Mm.
going now. But it's been rough. I fell asleep on the sofa for 2.5 hours. I've slightly recovered. I'm on the water. It'll be fine. Everything will be
That's good.
fine. I'll get over it. It's always on the day off, though, man. My serious migraines always happen on my day off. Never when I'm at work and I
I
want to go
know.
home. One thing I also forgot. It's Saturday. I missed on Saturday after all the World Cup shenanigans. Me and Nick finally got a gaming session in, which was like we've been planning
Oh
to play
yeah.
Lords of the Fallen for the longest time. Well, not Lords of the Fallen. We've been planning to do like some sort of infrequent gaming event for the longest time. Even when we were gonna look at like doing Borderlands 4, but again, cost too much money. But we did Lords of the Fallen. The lag's a little bit iffy, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a bit like a Souls-like Elden Ring stuff. I've decided I'm going to become a pirate cultist. Pirate cultist. That's the one. I throw fire, and then we
Okay.
got 3 main bosses in, and then I didn't get a single upgrade or spell, and the other one, the Radiance one that looks like Dumbledore, got 5. So I've now transitioned to an Umbral Catalyst,
Okay.
which is like an undead speller, and
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty good considering that I'm playing on 250 ping. I'll be throwing
Woo!
those spells from the back.
There you
While
go.
while
There you
Nick's gone
go.
like full strength spear mode, so he's jabbing their
Hmm.
ankles, and I'm just lobbing fire bombs from the back.
That's funny.
But
That's
we had a good gaming
awesome.
session on that.
No, good. That's good. What's so it's like so is it like Diablo? Like or is it
It's
more like
Elden
Dark
Ring co-op.
Souls?
Elden Ring co-op.
Oh, okay.
That's effectively what it
Okay.
is. But yeah,
Okay.
it's Lords of the Fallen. He picked it up for £8 on Steam. So, but
Okay.
I would recommend it. It's so far so good. It's a pretty good game and it looks gorgeous. Looks absolutely gorgeous.
Okay.
If it was single
Cool.
player, I've got a feeling it'd be pretty hard. But it's not too bad when there's just 2 of us just lobbing shit because the
Okay,
boss can only
cool.
attack one person at once. So it
Oh,
gives you a bit
nice.
of respite. Um, but yeah, that was fun. So I had a gaming session on Saturday. That being
Let's
said,
go.
that's my week. We now have a question of the week. We asked in my most recent stream this morning, actually. Usually we have to
Mhm.
wait, but we don't this time. We asked the chat what questions they'd like to ask, and we got back from Fate again. Thank you, my guy. Always there repping. We love you. Um, if you could take over a bad game franchise, what would it be, and what would you change to make it better? In brackets. Um, I feel I'm not qualified to really ask this question because, like, I don't branch out a lot, and I wouldn't class the franchises that I've played as bad. Like, everyone likes to
Mhm.
shit on Call of Duty,
Yeah.
but is Call of Duty a bad franchise? No, it's not. Like, it's had some absolute bangers. Yes, recently over the past like 6 games, they've not hit what they used to hit, but that's only because the streak that they went on. I don't think any other game can compare to the back to back of like Modern Warfare, the original one, COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. Then we had Black Ops 1, 2, and then it went off. But that's 4, 5 years of games where they just dominated. And that's all
Mhm.
that people played. I mean, FIFA had some good ones, but FIFA's kind of the same every year. They just make one mechanic more and more OP. And then
Yeah.
Pokemon went on a generational run way before consoles existed. Well, they did,
Mhm.
but like way before the 360 and the PS3 and the PS4 and PS5 days. And then again, Pokemon has fallen off. I'm hoping Wind and Waves puts an end to that. But they're in a good stead.
Yeah.
They're on the way back up. But I can't say that
Mhm.
I've actually played like a bad franchise. Have you?
I've played franchises. I don't want to say they're necessarily bad, but have definitely had good games and then have kind of gone the COD route of just being mediocre. Right. And so I think the way I'm going to attack this question is I'm going to take a franchise that had glory at one point, but has fallen off since then and trying to get it back to where it's gone. Obviously the easy answer for me would be Assassin's Creed, but I'm going to leave that let that dog lie where it's been because I've talked about it enough into the ground. Um Now for me, I would say that I think that what one game that just needs some more love and care and needs to just kind of take a step back for a minute and really kind of figure out what it wants to do and what its identity is definitely tough. I want to say 2 games, but I'm gonna narrow it down to one. So
He's never gonna say it because his mic died.
Yeah, so the game franchise that I think needs some love and attention is the Ghost Recon series. Now, there's been some games that have come out. The last game that came out was Ghost Recon Breakpoint back in 2019, which was kind of like the successor to Wildlands, came out in 2016. Now, way back, the fucking trailer for Ghost Recon Wildlands was fucking sick. Like we talked about in our gaming trailers podcast that we did well over a year ago. And man, playing that game, it was just such a disappointment. It wasn't it wasn't for the fact that it wasn't fun or didn't live up to expectation. It was just a glitchy mess that they just never bothered to fix. Um, and then when Breakpoint came out, they refined the gameplay, but then the story was not up to par. So what I just need from Ghost Recon and what I think would make a good Ghost Recon game is I like the idea of keeping it co-op. You know, make it a 4+ player co-op game where, you know, everyone has a specific different role that doesn't feel like, oh, you're a sniper and you're this and you're this and you're this. Like, no, you have a role to play. Like, if you're playing the sniper, then you are literally like, you have to be in the backup on a hill while the rest of us are in the building swarming. You know, you have the heavy guy who's bulkier who can take on that. Then we have the stealth guy. Like, I feel like you can have more defined roles for each player that's playing. And I think that works. You gotta add a good story. I think where shooters um and mostly shooters just get it wrong is just the story modes. They just get it wrong. They haven't been really great recently. Call of Duty story modes been mediocre. Battlefield story mode I think was pretty much non-existent. Like again, all the Tom Clancy games story modes are just also non-existent. Like, give us a good story mode. Like, feel like make me want to go continue playing to the main objective. Like, the one thing that Ghost Recon did a lot was there were main story objectives, but there were like side stories and stuff like that, side objectives. And those are so much more fun than the main story objectives. Like, I didn't give a fuck about the main story and Wildlands, even though it was decent compared to the last one, compared to Breakpoint. But I was more interested in the little side missions because those were more fun, and I didn't care about the story, so, like, I'd be like, "Oh, let's knock out this side mission, this side mission, this side mission." Like, "Alright, guys, we gotta go take on the story a bit." Like, give me a reason to wanna, like, get excited. Make it more difficult, make it more challenging, make it, instead of having 3 objectives, make us have 12 objectives, right? Make it feel like a really big thing that we actually have to properly plan for. Um, Again, yeah, first thing, you gotta make sure the infrastructure's right, so don't put out a fucking broken game because that's just how you kill your player base. Because love it or hate it, you're not gonna get people to come back and play. Like, you're not gonna like Wildlands was fixed in like a year and a half, but like by then I've moved on to other games and I had no interest in coming back to it, right? So we got to make sure that the infrastructure's there, making sure your servers are working right, making sure, like, obviously if there are bugs, we're fixing them within the week. There's no game breaking bugs. Like, there's no glitch in the system where there's an invisible NPC that we have to talk to, but we can't find because they're invisible and broken. Like, that's how we stopped
Yeah.
playing Wildlands, is because we were in one thing and we all tried loading into this. We troubleshooted everything. We literally went in and we had 4 people and the thing is, it was tied to one save, which also needs to stop. It should be tied to multiple saves because I should not have to wait for if Jake can't play today, but Nick and Seb can play today and myself, I don't want to have to wait for Nick to come in so we can take off from where he saved the game, right? We need
Yep.
to have like a good server where that group has a tied save to it. Like, that needs to be implemented as well. But yeah, we tried everything, and like, no matter who got to that point in the game, it just glitched every single time. So that needs to be fixed. But I think if basically, if what you need to do is you need to take the story implements of Wildlands. While I wasn't personally hooked, people did like the story, and then take the tactical things that you implemented in Breakpoint, just smash them together, and have a good server behind it, and you've got a perfect game. Like, that's really what it is. Like, it's not that hard to fix, and, like, that's exactly what people need because love it or hate it, like, Call of Duty and Battlefield are just not it.
They get a free
The
pass now.
only
They
Yeah,
their
yeah,
multiplayers are so quintessential that they don't need
yeah,
that anymore. Like, and they
yeah,
even if they put out a bad game, yes, there'll be a lot of hate and a lot of backlash and whatever was said on the internet. But at the end of the day, the casuals will still play. The
yeah,
people
exactly.
like me and Luke. Do you remember when we played Battlefield for a weekend because it was a free weekend?
Mhm, yeah.
We did not care about what game breaking bug if there was one, there wasn't.
We were just having
We
fun.
did we didn't care about overpowered weapons and tanks being overpowered or whatever, or vehicles being overpowered. We just got on and had fun.
Mhm,
And
yep,
Battlefield and Call of Duty, and to some extent Rainbow Six Siege and Counter Strike, and they all get that free pass because their
yeah,
player base is huge, absolutely huge.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
well, yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head with Tom Clancy's. I never want to. I don't think they've made a game anymore though. Like Medal of Honor, do you remember Medal of Honor? They had
I like
amazing
Medal of Honor.
campaigns, amazing
Yeah,
onlines. I don't. I think that died a slow and painful
so
death though.
calm.
Yeah.
SOCOM was great too. Like, I really just want, like, again, I'm not the biggest shooter guy. Like, I won't get on Battlefield unless I'm playing with friends. I won't get on Call of Duty on my own just to play by myself or play online. Like, I like shooting games that have like a tactical reason. Like, I really enjoyed Rainbow Six Siege in its first like 2 years that it was around before it got completely ridiculous, and broken and hacked, in for future seasons. But I like the idea of having specific roles where it's just not like who can get the most kills, who can stand on the hard point the longest, like who can take over these different sections. I like missions. I like being able, okay, there's a hostage situation. We gotta take out 8 guys in a room. We gotta plan this thing out. Like if they hear us, they shoot the hostage. Like I like games that do that well. And unfortunately, I just feel like since like early 20 the mid 2010s, like we haven't had a game quite capture that. I think Ghost Recon tried its best with it, but to no avail. And now we just continuously just get, your CODs and stuff like that. And then people who try to do something new, it's not the realistic thing that I want. Like I want to feel like I am a SWAT member. Like I want to feel like I'm in the army. Like I want to feel like I'm a special unit. I don't want to feel like like there's lots of them where you're like it's cartoony or it's not like as realistic that have that idea that I want, but it's just
Yeah.
it's not what I want. They have the
'Cause
idea there, but it's not implemented the way I want it to.
yeah, I mean, because I can hear people screaming from the back going, "Go play Armor Free then." Like Armor Free is the quintessential like missions type game.
Yeah.
But that is hyper realism. Like hyper
Yeah.
one shot dead, gone.
Yeah,
You don't see him in the bush,
and I've
gone.
done yeah, we've played Arma 3 a lot to get that fix, and yeah, it's a lot of fun, and you have to, like, do your own missions, but and it's super hyper realistic, but love it or hate it, it's still not the same. It's just not the
No.
same. It's not what I want.
I think you hit the nail on the head. It completely crossed like went out of my mind that the Tom Clancy games used to be like that. Like I did play a lot of the what was it Rainbow Six Vegas? I remember playing
Yeah.
that quite a lot.
Mhm,
Um, as a that was a pretty decent game, and
mhm.
yeah, you who made the Division?
It was still Tom Clancy.
Yeah. So again,
Yeah.
I think that
That
died a slow and painful death because they made a second one,
Mhm.
and it
Yeah,
and I don't
and no
even
one
think
cared, and no
that
one played.
fixed
No
anything.
one
That's also the only other game that I've seen that's actually lived that what you said, where there's like the game is broken. Well, there's
Mm,
two, um, and then all the player base leaves, and then it comes back. One is Cyberpunk. That
yep.
came back with a vengeance, but it only came back with a vengeance because it went on a massive sale, a huge
Mhm.
sale, and then with all the free DLC and the fixed stuff. And then the other one is No Man's Sky. That was
Yep.
broken to all hell when it came out. And it
Yes.
took them 2 years to fix, but again, it's not really the game that requires a player base. It's
Mhm.
a It's a you and your friends go type. It's Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's Minecraft in space. That's all it
Yeah.
is. Building bases, building spaceships,
Hmm.
sometimes fighting monsters. But yeah, it's those are the only two games other than your Call of Duties have made the
Yeah.
comeback. But it's a good question, and I thank you, Fit, because
Yeah.
but you stumped me on that one because I my gaming library is not big enough to comprehend that
Yeah.
type of question. I literally said to Luke before the podcast, I was like, I don't think there's a single franchise where I've only played one game, like
Hmm.
one game of it, and then said, nah, that's not for me. Like whenever
Yeah.
I've bought in for the long haul, and maybe it's
Hmm.
me just being a bit too. No, I'm not ruthless enough to say that it's a bad series, like
Hmm.
because most of the
Yeah.
time they're not. Like, they're not.
Hmm.
Like take Assassin's Creed. If you look at it on a whole, it's just
Yeah.
not. It's not bad. It's really not
No,
bad.
it's
Yes,
not.
they've missed the mark on a lot of things, but it's not bad.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
It's a tough
No, I
question.
mean, it is tough. I mean, it's one of those questions where you have to have like kind of like you've had to play a lot of games and have been burned by a couple of them, and I have unfortunately been that person who got Cyberpunk and got burned by Cyberpunk, but came back to it and had a great time. Like we talked about again, Ghost Recon really burned me. Like Wildlands really one of the biggest gaming disappointments of my entire like gaming history. Like was that game? I was so excited for that game. Like the the E3 trailer dropped and I was pumped because that trailer was awesome. And then getting in there after waiting about a year for it to come out, all of my friends got on there to get 4 hours into the game and find a game breaking bug that we tried for 2 weeks to try to do a workaround, and by then it just left a sour taste in my mouth.
Did you ever play Watch Dogs?
Yeah, I love Watch Dogs. I don't think
Was
Watch
that
Dogs is a
broken at
bad
launch?
series. No, it just wasn't beloved.
Ah,
Like
okay.
people did not like the first Watch Dogs. I fucking adored the first Watch Dogs. I did not know what people were saying by hating that game, but people really liked Watch Dogs too. That kind of brought everyone back for Watch Dogs, and then Watch Dogs 3.
There's a third one?
I don't. Yeah, there was a third one. It was like Watch Dogs Legions or something like that. But it was. I mean, I heard it was fine, but like I didn't like play it at all. I didn't play the second one at all either. I really liked the first one. The first one just felt like an urban. The best way I could describe it is it felt like an urban Assassin's Creed in the sense of like I played it like I played an Assassin's Creed game. I was stealthy. I would use the hacking modes. I got really invested into the world and the characters, and then the newer one just went a little too much in a little too much. I don't want to say I want to sound I'm gonna sound like a hater when I say it, but like it went too hip for me. It went too hip. It went from super serious to like fun, too fun for me. Like they're like, yeah, we're gonna do this and this and this, and yeah, we're gonna have this party. And the other guy was just like, my son was killed, and I'm going to figure out who killed my son. And I like that one better. um,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah, yeah, those were great games. I mean, I don't think that the first one wasn't loved. It was very bland, but it's kind of like this is what I told people. I was like, Watch Dogs 1 is like Assassin's Creed 1. It's bare bones. They're trying to figure it out, and by the second game, people are gonna love it. And then people love the second game. I just didn't. I just happened to not be one of those people.
That's fine.
So,
I remember watching my friend play it, a little bit. He really loved
Mhm.
Watch Dog 1. Like, he was well
Mhm.
into the hacking and the underground, like,
Yeah.
cartel type of thing. And then another
Mhm.
one I'm trying to think of, like, series like, they're all flooding back to me now of, like, Hitman. Hitman, what a
Mhm.
fucking series! Not again, nothing wrong with it. I'm just reminiscing on really good series that I've never really played myself, and maybe I should go back.
Yeah.
No, we thank you for that question, Fit. And unfortunately, this week we don't have a game because we're both very
Oh,
ill. But we have tried
nice.
our best to get this episode out for you. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will let Luke outro us as always. Um,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Luke.
I'm gonna clear my throat. My voice is starting to go, guys.
He's going.
Um.
Like we had to call it. He's my boy's struggling, and we can't
Yeah.
kill him because if we kill him now, he's not going to be ready for this weekend's antics up in New York. New York.
Yes, yes, yes. But as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for showing the love on the streams. Like the love on the streams have been absolutely mind blowing. I think Jake's stream last night when I was watching topped off at like 11 viewers. The one before that topped off at like 15. My streams as well are doing really well. So you guys are killing it. I really appreciate you guys. We really appreciate you guys. We hope you guys enjoy this episode. It took a lot for us to get out, but we wanted to give you guys a good podcast to make up for the stream, and then for our audio listeners from last week, that was a very video heavy podcast for you guys. So we wanted to give you guys something that's well out there, let you know that we love and appreciate you guys. And as always, you guys make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe on the videos. It really pushes us through the algorithm to reach more people. If you want to see the podcast grow and want to see more people involved, that's the best way to go about it. So if you are one of those ones that watches every single week, but maybe doesn't like the video or maybe doesn't comment or share the video, like, try it this week and maybe see if we can't spread it out. And as always, we are live on different platforms. We do have a TikTok and Instagram as well, with shorts coming out every single week, and we will be streaming. And always keep an eye out for those YouTube posts to tell you exactly what you guys should be expecting in the upcoming week. But besides that, guys, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Oh, bye bye.